What's up, guys? It's Lockita back here with another video. If you click this video, you wanted to see my labor video and listen to my labor story. Yeah. So and while I'm talking about my labor story, I will be doing this soft, like, glam look. I'm going to school today, so I just felt like getting up early and starting my day early. Plus I'm a mom now, so I get up early now in the mornings. I don't know. But if you guys didn't know, I do start school now. I go to school Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm going for my GED. I'm gonna try to get my diploma. Well, my GED diploma. Yeah. And I'm gonna try to, like, work for my baby girl. Anyways, if you want to see this video and you want to hear about my labor video and see some secret clips, just keep watching. Guys, I spent like 2 minutes picking my face. As y'all can see, I just got out the shower. That's why my hair is wet. It's like when I was pregnant, my face was like glowing, and now it's just like it looks dead as fuck. But anyways, okay, so when I was pregnant and the day of my delivery, right? Sorry, I'm high. Let's take a dab hit real quick. So it was February 4th. And the whole day, I think I was frustrated. I was having really bad anxiety, right? And by the way, guys, I was 36 weeks pregnant, so it wasn't full term. During my whole labor, I was at high risk. They just said they saw an error that looked like she was gonna come out high risk, so that's what they said. I was like, what? I was kind of scared. I'm like, why would she come early, you know? And they're like, well, it's normal sometimes. Basically they're just calming me down, you know? So yeah, she was always gonna be a high risk baby. She was always gonna be early, so I knew my little butt was not gonna be born March 2nd. She was supposed to be born March 2nd. It was February 4th, and I just felt uncomfortable the whole day. I felt out of breath. I felt tired. I just felt anxious. Like, I don't know, I just felt anxious. Like, I was waiting for something, or like, I don't know, I was just irritated. So I had anxiety, so I felt anxious. It was at night. It hit towards the nighttime, and I couldn't go to sleep. I was up for hours. I mean, all hours of the night. Actually, this was February 3rd. February 3rd, okay? That's when I felt like very uncomfortable and everything. So it was like all night of the hours. I couldn't sleep. It was now like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just was so uncomfortable. Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning now, and I was like, screw this, I'm gonna take my medicine. I get subscribed medicine to me that it's only like 25 milligrams, but Zofran, that shit like puts you to sleep. So I never really took it during my pregnancy because it's like it's safe to take it while you're pregnant, but I didn't really like to because it kept me sleeping all through the day. I just felt dead. I didn't feel myself. I just didn't feel good. So if I was sleeping through all the whole day, like, my baby ain't gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? So I took my medicine and it made me go to sleep. I finally went to sleep, got some rest, and my anxiety went down from it and all that stuff. But I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning with severe bad pain on my right side only. Now, I didn't know how contractions felt because this was my first pregnancy, so I didn't know how, you know, contractions felt like. I didn't know how they were supposed to feel like. People told me they were supposed to feel like you're gonna poop. People told me that it feels like you're gonna you know, you have period cramps. Some people tell me it feels like you can't shit. Like, I don't know. there's different sayings, like, so I just didn't know how contractions felt like, if it felt like a stomach cramp or what, you know. So I went in that bitch blind. Where was I? Do you guys see what this pen does to me? By the way, it's Skittles. So yeah, it was now 6 o'clock in the morning, and I felt really bad pain on my right side. It was so uncomfortable. It was very painful. It felt like a stabbing sensation. I was like, you know what, maybe it'll go away because I don't want to make a big deal out of nothing and be there for hours. So yeah, I tried to wait until it wore off. I felt like I had a shit also. Like, I felt like my stomach hurt so bad that I felt like I had a shit, probably, kind of. Yeah, so I went into the bathroom and I tried to shit. And I shit. So I was like, oh, I just had a shit. I just had a shit. Like, that's it. I know what was wrong. Then the pain went away and it came right back. I was like, what the fuck? So I kept on. It was now like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go downstairs and try to find something to drink. To like, maybe like calm my nerves or my stomach down. I don't know. I went downstairs and I was in the refrigerator and I tried to like find something to drink or whatever. And I ended up getting orange juice and milk. I don't know why. I thought maybe milk would settle my stomach. But then like, I felt like having some orange juice because I loved orange juice when I was pregnant. That was like the main thing I loved to drink when I was pregnant, was orange juice. Like, I came back upstairs, I tried to drink my juice and I tried to drink my milk, and it just, nothing was working. It was like now 7:30 in the morning, and I woke my boyfriend Chino up and I was like, let's go to the doctor's. Like, I really don't feel good. Like, I was crying though. Like, when I was telling him, like, I woke him up crying and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, my stomach hurts. I don't feel good. Like, it's been happening like for a whole hour and a half, and like, I just wanted to wait because, you know, I didn't know if what was going on. I didn't know if it was just my stomach hurting, or I didn't know if I was in labor, but I just didn't know. So I didn't want to wake him up for no reason. He seemed so peaceful, quiet. So I did wake him up. We rushed to the hospital, the nearest hospital. We were supposed to get her born at a different hospital because I wanted her born at a different one. A bitch was in pain. I wasn't trying to wait, to be honest. Like, I just wasn't trying to wait. Nope. So it was only on my right side though. So when we got to the hospital, they kept me in the waiting room for like 20 minutes. And my boyfriend was getting really mad and upset because they were making me wait in the waiting room for a while, and I could have been like having my baby right there if something was like happening. Yeah, we finally got into a room and they put a little belt thing on me to see how my contractions were going, to see if I was even having contractions. And you guys, I wasn't even having contractions. Like, I wasn't even in labor. But I don't know what was hurting. Like, something was hurting me really bad on my right side. It hurt so bad and it was hurting for hours. So I thought I was in labor, so that's why I went to the hospital. But like I suspected, I wasn't, and it was something else. But they couldn't find out what it was, and I was crying at this point. Like, this pain was hurting me so bad. Like, honestly, I don't know if I was in labor or not, or she was like, the contractions were hiding. I don't know if that's a thing or something. But bro. So at this point, they started giving me morphine because they didn't know what was wrong with me. And this pain, they seen how bad my pain looked. Like, they seen how bad I was in pain. Oh no, I do not want this brush. I'm gonna do this. We finally got into a room. They put the little belt thing on me. They gave me morphine shots and whatever because they didn't know what was wrong with me, and I was crying and screaming, dude. So they brought the doctor, like a specialist doctor, and no, they brought a doctor, and they're like, okay, well, it looks like you're really in bad in labor and you're stressing a lot, and I don't want to see you stressed. So if you're gonna keep basically, like, we don't know what's wrong with you and we don't know what's causing this pain, but whatever's causing this pain is hurting you, and you're not feeling well, so the baby's not gonna be feeling well. And I have really bad anxiety, so when I'm hyperventilating, I can't breathe. So if I'm not breathing, the baby's not breathing. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, I think we're just gonna induce your labor and might have her anytime, like soon. But we're gonna bring a specialist in just to make sure, like, you know, because they didn't want to make a mistake or whatever. So they brought a specialist in, and she was like, she was looking at the little x-rays and stuff, and she was like, you know what, I think it's your gallbladder. I think that you have some like stones in there that just might pass, so we're just gonna wait to see that. And dude, I was there for hours and hours in pain, nothing was coming out, like nothing was coming out. And then, like, I guess the specialist left or whatever, and then the doctor was like, you know what, I think the specialist was wrong. I just think like nothing's wrong, like I don't know what's wrong with you, and we're just gonna induce you. So they induced me, and they gave me a little shot in my butt. I don't know if that was the shot, but they did give me a shot in my butt to see if, I think it was for her lungs, so if she was to come early. Because reminding you guys, I was 36 weeks pregnant. Only 36 weeks. So she would become a month early because her due date is March 2nd. Lungs wouldn't be fully like developed and stuff. But yeah, I couldn't find my brush, so don't judge me, okay? But, yeah, so they gave me a shot for that. Then they gave me a shot to induce my labor, so I can like come, like she can come at any time. I was only 3 centimeters open, so they were waiting for me to, you know, open more. And so now that I was induced, so they know I was gonna be in labor, so they put me in one of those labor rooms. My mom was with me, my sister was with me, my boyfriend was with me, and his mom. And it was a big room, everyone fit, but there was not a lot of furniture, so not everybody could be on like the couch. My sister ended up sleeping on the floor, even though I told her she could sleep on the bed with me, like. But anyways, once we got to the big room, they asked everybody to leave because they were gonna give me the epidural, because they were like, okay, do you want the epidural? And I was like, yeah, I'm not having this kid sober. But now, like, now that I experienced the epidural side, I might like, you know, I might just like try with my second kid, like no epidural, just to see and just try it, you know. So yeah, they gave me the epidural shot, and dude, it didn't even hurt. Like, everybody says the epidural shot hurts so bad. It's like this big needle that goes in your spine, and it hurts so bad when you get it done. Bro, that didn't hurt at all. Like, it was like a little pinch, but that's it, bro. Like, that shit did not, that didn't hurt like it at all. Throw shot. Once they did that, everyone, like all my family, got to come back into the room. Oh, by the way, before I got to the room and while they were trying to like check me to see what was going on, they gave me 5 morphine shots. 5. And I'm pregnant. Is that even like a thing? Y'all let me know. Like, I think I might put too much bronzer. So after the epidural, all my family got back into the room. They got all comfortable, you know, put their blankets down. I got me and my boyfriend like a bag, because I felt like I knew we were gonna be there for longer. So yeah, I got him a bag, and we had like blankets or like activities to do, you know, and like shower caps and just stuff like that. So at this point, once they gave me the epidural, I didn't feel anything no more. And then once they gave me the epidural, they put a shot inside my vagina. Well, like, I pee, so it's called a catheter, I guess. I'm sure most of you guys know what that is, but I'm slow, so I didn't know. I was so amazed because I didn't feel anything. I mean, I felt it when they put it in there because it felt uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt. So I'm a little high. Oh my god, 30 minutes already. So I was so amazed that they put the catheter in. And I was like, what is that for? And they're like, just in case you pee, you have to pee, you just would pee in here. And I was like, why can't I just go to the bathroom? They're like, because we just gave you the epidural, and once you get the epidural, you can't really like move your legs. I mean, you can try. And yeah, it was true. Like, I didn't feel nothing from my waist down below. So I was like, so do I have to press a button when I have to pee? And like it goes through this tube. And they're like, Jasmine, you're peeing right now. And I was like, oh. And they showed me the bag, and like I was peeing through the bag. I just didn't feel myself peeing, which I thought was kind of awesome. I don't know. My mom was up the whole time. I don't know why she didn't sleep, but she didn't. And so she slept the whole night, and I fell asleep. I got some sleep. My boyfriend got some sleep, he said. His mom got some sleep, she said. It was now like 7 o'clock in the morning, right? The doctors came in, they're like, I just want to check you. They woke me up. They're like, I just want to check you, you know. And I was like 7 centimeters open. They're like, oh wow, okay, you're 7 centimeters open, and we're gonna start preparing the room. And I was like, what? Like, I was kind of like just woke up, so like I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. So I woke everybody up. They're like, what? Okay, cool. So I started recording and stuff. And actually, I will put a recording right here. Let me move to the side. I'll put a recording right here of my mom recording me. I was in the bed. And yeah, I was in the bed. And then like she records like the hospital, like how it looked inside the room, and yeah, you guys can just see it right here.
Okay, everybody.
And then we're gonna sit on the side of the bed. You're gonna face this way, and then I'm gonna.
Where the baby's gonna be.
The
We got a
the
TV.
contractions are
Got
usually a lot worse pain.
Dee Jada.
Okay, but it is still
There
like a
goes the
burning,
daddy.
stinging type pain right
All the
at
snacks
first,
I brought.
and then it's pressure. Okay, so it's not gonna be that bad.
Her swan chanclas that she insisted to wear. This is her room. This is her. She's growing up 2 times. Having contractions already. A beautiful nurse. Here's Jasmine. She's 7 centimeters open.
She said 8 now.
8! Ooh, 8 centimeters open. They are getting her prepped. All the tools that they need. Daddy. Emma. Jada's in the other room. Knocked out because she gave a Benadryl. So we're about to get ready. You ready to be a mama?
I'm gonna get her out.
Yeah.
It's hurting my butt.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't know that was enough time for you. I hope that was. Yeah, that was the room. It was pretty big. I didn't really like it because you know how after you have a baby, some hospitals give you things to like take you home. They didn't give me nothing. Now at this point, doctors started to come in. And then the main guy came in, and he was a doctor, and he was like, okay, well, Jasmine, how do you feel about having trainers in here? Because, you know, they're training for school, and they want to, like, experience this and, like, work in this area. And I was like, okay, cool, I mean, I guess. So I was thinking as he was saying that, I thought they were going to be, like, female. And no, they were, like, boys. There's, like, 2. And I didn't like that at all. And my boyfriend didn't like that at all. But, I mean, whatever. I already agreed up to it. And I really didn't care. I was having my baby girl. So, they got the table ready. They have all these, like, tools. I'm kind of, like, scared and nervous. So, I started having, like, anxiety. And, I was so excited. Like, I wasn't even like nervous that much, but I was so excited. So all the nurses were in there now. They were like checking my like blood pressure and shit. I don't know. So everybody was in there and they're like, oh wow, okay, you're 9 centimeters and almost 10. So if you want, you can start pushing. So I was like, okay. They're like, okay, and they're like teaching me how to like push and breathe. Now I was pushing right. I just wasn't breathing right, okay? Like I told you guys, when I'm in situation, I don't know, I just couldn't breathe in that situation. Like I was like, because you have to push, and like I'm like pushing, and then like I have to breathe and then push, you know. So I wasn't having that much like timing to breathe, I guess. So they had to put this like oxygen mask on me because I almost started to faint. I couldn't breathe. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm gonna faint. And they started to put the mask on me. My boyfriend was like really good at like talking me through. He was like, it's okay, baby, it's okay, like look at this, you could get through this, like look at it, we're gonna have a baby girl soon, like you got this. And I was like it was so happy, and it was like making me cry, and like I don't know, I was just so happy, you know. I was scared, but I was happy. I was more happy than scared, I can say. And they're like, push, push, push. And then like I guess her head was almost down. They're like, okay, do you want to feel her head? And I was like, yeah. And so I got to start feeling her head. And once I felt her hair, she had so much fucking hair. Once I started to feel her hair, I started pushing so hard. I pushed my baby out within like 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Like, my cousin said she almost, no, yeah. I don't know. Someone said that they pushed their baby out within 3 hours. 3 hours straight. Oh, I think it was my girl. But, bro. What? 3 hours? Like, I would have been fucking, like, tired. You know? So I pushed her out and she finally came out, dude. She finally came out. And like, guys, I cried, dude. Like, I don't understand. I can't really tell you guys and really explain it to you guys, right? But dude, the feeling when she came out, I was kind of scared because she wasn't crying, and usually babies cry when they first come out. And then I was like, why isn't she crying? And they're like, oh no, she's okay, like she's just a calm baby, like okay, let's make her cry. And then they start slapping her butt a little bit, or like rubbing her a lot, and she started to like whimper and like cry. Once she laid on my chest, she started like, she was so quiet. I was so emotional. And once I had her on my chest, like when she was on my chest, I didn't like pay attention to nothing else. I couldn't even feel anything else. Like, the doctor said my placenta came out also, and I didn't feel that. You know what? Let me do my eyeliner off camera because a bitch can't do that shit on camera. I mean, I won't be up soon. I'm back. But yeah, they put her on my chest. I was like crying, dude. I was sobbing. I think at this point, like, nothing like had my attention but her. She was so quiet. Like, I couldn't believe how quiet she was. I thought she was gonna be screaming like usually, like other babies be crying and crying and crying. But she wasn't like that at all. She was very quiet. I loved it. And then after I had her, they cleaned me up. They like showed me how to breastfeed. And during while I was pregnant, I didn't get any milk. Well, I guess I didn't know how to take it out, I guess. But like once I had her, they were like, are you gonna breastfeed? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, let's try. I'm like, I mean, you can try, but there's not gonna be no milk coming out because like I tried all the time. And they're like, oh, okay, well, let's try again. And once she squeezed my boobs and my titties, that milk started to come out. And I was like, what? And she wasn't latching on to me, though. So they gave me like a garter like to put over my nipple so she can suck it, and that started to work. But then I just found it easier to like breast pump, you know. I started breast pumping, and then they took us to like a different room because like I guess the labor room was just like when you're in labor and like you're gonna have your baby. So yeah, they took us to a different room, and we were there for a couple days, like 3 days, because she ended up having jaundice, which is like yellow to the skin or to the eye area. And yeah, but it wasn't that bad to the point where she was in there for days. She was only in there for 1 day. The other days it just took forever because the testing and the other test, I don't know. And she was preemie. She was a preemie. She was a month early, so they just wanted to like keep an eye on her. But they never took her away from me. Like they never took her to like a different, like they never kept her overnight in a different room. Like she slept with us. Like we got to change her diapers. We took her baths. Like she was with us, you know. Nurses kept coming in and out to like check my bleeding, because after I had her I was really bleeding a lot, guys. I know, too much information, but I know the girls that click this to watch this, girl, I was bleeding so much, like ugh. And it was just not comfortable. Like I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't comfortable. I did not like that feeling, but I just looked at my baby girl and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I pushed this girl out like an hour ago, you know. I was just like so amazed on, like, I don't know, I was just so amazed. Yeah. So we got to eat breakfast for free, we got to eat lunch for free, dinner for free the whole time we were there. So I thought that was pretty cool. The hospitals were pretty nice. My baby came out fine. The afterwards, you guys, she didn't really rip me. She came out to be 5 pounds 7 ounces, so she didn't really rip me, so they didn't stitch me. And I guess it didn't hurt as bad. So I mean, when I peed it burned, but like I could get up. I actually show the footage of her coming out and them placing her on my chest. So I'll do that now while I do my bronzer.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay. There, that's what I want.
She does.
oh my god, she's dark.
There, I want your man more. There you go. You need to cry. Get all that goops out.
You're so
Yeah.
cute.
Hi, Genesis.
Sorry. There you go. Do you want another one or is that good?
Oh, she's so calm. Oh
Whenever you want the Pitocin, I can run it.
That was that video. All the spirit, like the whole experience, like I can't. I would love to go through it all over again. Like I can't explain it. But through the whole experience, I had a wonderful experience. I love kids now. Like I couldn't see me having kids before. Now I do. I could see me having so much more kids. Like y'all don't even. No, I can see myself having like a lot of kids. I want a boy. I hope I get a boy next. If I don't, it's okay. Whatever I have is a blessing. But I really want a boy. Please bless me with a boy. Please, 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 please. The showers were clean. The rooms were clean. The food was pretty good. I just had a really fun time, you guys. Like, I know pregnant is not supposed to be like a fun time. Like going through birth is supposed to be a rough time, but to me it was pretty fun. I don't know. I was like an experience that most people can't experience. But yeah, that was pretty much it. They ended up stealing my man's ring while we were sleeping. It ended up going missing because like nurses come in during the room and like clean up, and dude, I couldn't find his ring. We couldn't find his ring. We were so upset. We called the office, we filed a police report, we did like everything, and still we didn't find it. And that ring was real, it had real diamonds on it, it was real gold, like really. But that was my story time about my labor. I hope you guys like it. I did put certain clips inside the video so you guys can see from that day. You guys asked me a lot about this video. A lot. And so I finally did it for you guys. I've been lacking, but I'm finally coming back. I switched up my studio room, so it's so much better. It's like I have everything I have right here. So I will be doing more videos for you guys. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, make sure you hit the bell button to get all the notifications every time I post a video. This would be the person I'm shouting out today. He's my cousin. He's been bothering me for a shout out, so there you go, cousin. There's your shout out. And if you guys want more videos and want to see something different, make sure you comment down below, and I see you guys next time.